Hi, my name is Kayleen and I'm here in the BB Garage today to show you how to install a tower on your Rialto Reformer. First, we're going to get everything out of the box, then we'll open up the boxes, and then we'll install the tower on the Reformer. After it's all installed, I'll show you how to change between Reformer and tower setups, and then we'll be good to go. So let's start by getting everything out of the boxes. When you do this, I want you to make sure that you don't slide your fingers on the cardboard edges, paper cut, or catch your fingers on staples that are poking through. Both of those things are nasty, so try and avoid them. All right, let's get some stuff out of here. I'm gonna toss these packaging materials. When you do, just make sure you're not throwing away any parts. So sometimes they're hidden in folds here, so just making sure I'm not tossing anything that we need. We've got one of our twin mats here. Just be careful you don't drop it too hard or put it on something, a hard surface, so we don't scratch anything. Here's the other half of the twin mat. Sounds like springs in here. And then the last thing we have in here is the tower. Kind of cool packaging. So since the tower is really hard, it's got eye bolts, make sure you don't bang it into your wall and dent the wall. Okay, that's everything out of the box. Let's get this out of the way and then we can open up the little box. I've got my knife here. I'm just going to carefully open the box. I don't want to jab the knife in too deep. Springs for your tower. Safety strap and loops. Yep. And roll down bar. Pretty simple. We're ready to move on to installing the tower. Now, if you're upgrading your Rialto, you already have this tower, the riser setup installed, so we're gonna uninstall that. Now, if you have a brand new Rialto and you don't have this setup installed, you can skip ahead just a little bit once I get this removed, and we'll all be on the same page then. Okay, so I'm gonna remove these ropes. And put them off to the side. We will need them again. And now I can take my 5/32 Allen wrench here, okay? And I'm going to loosen these top two set screws, okay? Starting with the top one. And that's because when you have this riser set up on, we're only securing it with the top set screws, and the bottom set screws are what it's resting on. But when we install the tower, we need to let the tower poles go all the way down and rest on the silver bolt here at the bottom. Okay, so to recap, I'm going to loosen the top set screws so I can remove this, and then I'll loosen the bottom set screws so our new tower can fit in. Now I've removed the riser tower. If you have a brand new Rialto and you've just taken it out of the box, this is where you jump back in. And we're gonna make sure that these 4 set screws here in the bronze nuts are loose. Don't remove them, just loosen them. Great. So now we can get our tower, and it should slide right in these holes. This tower is awesome. Does not matter which direction you position it in. All right, so I'm having an issue here. I was planning on cutting these zip ties after I installed it, but you can see it doesn't fit in the holes here. So I'm going to cut the zip ties right now, and then it should fit. Wonderful. We just want to make sure that it feels solid on both sides, because sometimes if you don't loosen one of the bottom set screws on one side but the other side is okay, it's going to be a little bit lopsided. So this feels really solid here. That's what we want. We're going to take our same 5/32 Allen wrench and tighten the set screws here, all 4 of them in these bronze nuts. I'm going to be pretty tight, but you don't have to over tighten it. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. And then our push-through bar should still swing freely here. Okay. We've got our tower installed. I'm going to reinstall the ropes. Pretty simple. Starting with the loops over the shoulder rests, I'll take the free end of the rope and thread it up through the pulley up here and bring it back through these eye straps and cam cleats. I like to tuck the loose end under the shoulder rest just to get it out of the way. Again, we're taking the rope through the pulley. Doesn't matter from which direction. It's going to come back through the eye strap, through the cam cleats, and through the other eye strap. And I'm going to try and match the drape between the ropes here. And then we slide the end of the rope through the shoulder rests. So now we've got the reformer part ready. Let's install the springs on the tower, and then I'll show you how to install the twin mats. So this machine comes with some standard springs, but of course you are welcome to get with your sales rep or your distributor to customize which springs come with your equipment. I'm just putting these on kind of randomly. Obviously, you know as an instructor that it switches around where you want the springs positioned based on what you're asking your client to do. Now in this bag, I've got some nylon straps and things of that nature. we've got another set of loops. These are going to go on our leg springs. And then we have a safety strap, and this is for your push-through bar. So to install this, we're going to find the end that does not have the carabiner, okay? And it's got this loop that looks just like this. This is going to go over the top of the reformer, and I want you to make sure that the loop that's close to the Velcro is facing the carriage, okay? Once we send it over, just like that, we're going to send the carabiner end through, and that wraps nice and tight around the top of the pole. You want to make sure to do it on the pole and not on the eye bolt. So now if I wanted to, I can just hook that up here out of the way, and then we can use the Velcro to secure the push-through bar out of the way from down here, okay? So say we want to do a tower session. How do we get the twin mats on here? It's a little bit different than the other balance body reformers. So the first thing I'm going to do is unhook the ropes and just let them fall on the floor. We need to remove the shoulder rests. So let's go ahead and loosen the knobs. Whoops. And take the shoulder rests off. I will just put them out of the way here. You know, some of you have baskets, but the floor is fine. Now, this machine, you do not have to move the carriage. The carriage stays here in the home position. Our shorter mat with the rounded corners goes toward the head end of the reformer. And it's just going to go, you're just going to push the ropes kind of out of the way here. And it should rest right on the edges of the frame, okay? And over here on the end, I'm going to make sure the rope is not between the mat and the wood frame, okay? So it's just tucked out of the way there. Oh, so I can see on this side I got the rope in kind of the wrong spot, so I'm just going to tuck it under here. So now everything rests flat, okay? Our other mat is going to go in this remaining space. So it doesn't matter which orientation you put it in. It's just going to rest right between the standing platform and your other mat, just like that. Okay, there we go. And now you can put your foot bar down if you really want to by squeezing and lowering, then it's out of the way, but if you need to, you can lift it back up. So then you would just reverse that process to put it back to a reformer. Thanks for joining me here today. You're now ready for an awesome session on your Rialto with Tower. If you need more videos like this one, you can check them out at pilates.com/bbgarage. I'll see you there.